Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the rumpled one. There's just more nonsense, more spin. Guy goes into church, shoots up 9 people, and then they want to say something about it was a religious motivated. When we all know it was racial. Now they want to take down the Confederate flag. I mean, it's just more distraction. You know, they're still talking about Caitlyn Jenner and the woman who says she's black when she was born to white parents. Just more and more distractions. I mean, they just won't seem to stop. I mean, they're still talking about the sports. And what? Now we got some rapper up on deadly weapons charges or something. I mean, it just, the media's fascination with the minutia of what's going on, with the irrelevant things. But you know, we all have the power of choice. We can choose to ignore that nonsense. We can make personal choice and focus on what matters to you. And you know, I did that video series on what matters, what really matters. It's what matters to you that's what matters. I mean, if you want to focus on, you know, the Kardashians, more power to you. Who am I to say you shouldn't? But when you look at the big picture, I mean, I personally think there's more important things to worry about, focus on. You know, with the presidential debate, you know, worrying about Donald Trump's hair. I mean, it's ridiculous. The stuff people are worried about, you know, and Congress passing bills and laws without reading them. Well, you got to pass it, then you read it. I mean, that is just, it's just absurd. Yeah, we've got these people holding elected office that do these things. You know, the Supreme Court and the gay marriage thing, redefining marriage, and the immigration and all the BS around that. It just goes on and on and on. You know, Donald Trump gets out there, he tells some things, and everybody wants to put him down. But Donald Trump, I mean, it's kind of like he embodies the American dream in some ways. You know, yeah, he had a rich father. Father taught him a few things, but I think Donald's more or less a self-made man. I don't think he really, I don't think his daddy gave him much. I've read a lot of his books. Good books. I mean, they're a lot of good information. And the thing about Trump is, he does things, and he does great things. You know, he builds great buildings. You know, if his name's on it, you know, as he would say, it's the best of the best. I mean, is some of it over the top? Is it really necessary? You know, that's a matter of opinion. The thing is, he gets the job done. You know, he's gone in the hole and come out stronger than ever. He's worth $9 billion. You know, how many people you know worth $9 billion? I mean, he knows how to get things done. He's about making things happen. His show was popular, you know. You're fired. I mean, were people just watching that show just because they wanted to comment on his hair or something? I don't think so. I mean, there was a lot of lessons to be learned on that show. The Apprentice. I mean, I liked it better when he had the regular people instead of the celebrities. But each show there was lessons to be learned about how to do something, making things happen, working as a team, accomplishing things, and then accepting responsibility when you don't meet your goal or when you fail or when you get bested. You're fired. I mean, hey, some people, you know, they just didn't have what it takes to get the job done. They couldn't make it through the end. And see, that's what the world is all about. It's not everybody wins. I mean, it's funny, they got these t-shirts now in the NFL like, you know, conference participants, meaning they made it to the first round of the playoffs and lost. They were a participant, but they're celebrating that. I mean, really? You know, if you maybe you celebrate winning your, you know, your conference or your division, but being a wild card, making it to the playoffs and saying you're a, that's really not cause for celebration. No, that's not ticker tape parade. That's for the champions. But in this day of, you know, trying to say everything is equal and trying to make everybody a winner and worrying about feelings and this whole socialist liberal agenda that's just being perpetuated, it's just utter nonsense. You know it, I know it. I'm preaching to the choir, but you know, hopefully there's every now and then somebody stumbles across one of my videos that hasn't, and they go, hey, wow, you know what? Maybe that guy has a point there. I mean, hey, it's just my opinion, and we know what opinions are worth. But, I mean, really, our elected leaders, once again, aren't really leading us. But let me rephrase that. They're leading us down an undesirable path. You know, this nation is being torn asunder. I mean, they're pitting, you know, the race, gay, straight, rich, poor. They're just constantly pitting we the people against each other. You know, the funny thing is, I think if Donald Trump can make it, and if he makes it to the White House, I think he'll unite the people. I don't think he'll separate the people. I mean, not everybody's going to like it. It doesn't matter who wins president, who gets elected. Not everybody's going to like him. But the thing is, that person's the president, and they need to lead the country. They need to, you know, protect our individual rights and freedoms first. They need to protect our country as a whole from, you know, foreign invasion, foreign enemies. And they need to get off our backs. I mean, you know, these people talking about a 14.5% flat tax. They just need to get off our backs. Get out of our wallets. You know, once again, taxes, most of us should stay local, and then some to the state and a very little bit to the federal government. But that'll take probably bullets rather than ballots for that to ever come to light. But I don't know. I mean, the personal freedoms, they're just our constitutional rights. That is just a piece of paper, but it's a concept that we kind of all agree to. But, I mean, once again, it's just force. You know, if they come up here in the black trucks with automatic weapons, with more, you know, a bunch of people, they're going to outgun me. You know, hopefully if it comes to that, I take at least 2 down before I go. So it's like, you know, 1 of me, 2 of them, sooner or later, we the people win. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. But it doesn't mean it can't. It doesn't mean it won't. So my fellow Americans, you know, I know this is more, I don't really have any solutions for you except, you know, you make your own choices. Life is choices, and choices lead to actions, and actions have consequences. So you get to choose who you watch on YouTube, who you read on Facebook, what TV shows you watch, what magazines and books you read, who you talk to in your neighborhood or your town. It's all personal choice. So choose wisely. And once again, wake up and spell the tyranny.